Lake Monroe lies near the town of Sanford in north-central Florida. The largest lake in the St. Johns River system, Lake Monroe is a favorite spot for many anglers.
This lake is very popular for a lot of fishing species. One of the most popular is largemouth bass. We also get a lot of fishing effort for black crappie. Bluegill brim are also very popular here.
Located less than 30 miles from the Atlantic Ocean, a number of saltwater species migrate to Lake Monroe due to the high salinity of the water.
We get species like Atlantic stingray live here in the river. We get striped mullet, blue crab. I've seen large flounder here in Lake Monroe. We get tarpon, Atlantic croaker. We get a number of smaller fish species that aren't normally caught, but you do see them turn up.
With such a diversity of fish, it's no wonder this lake is a popular destination. But it wasn't always a productive fishery.
During the 1950s and 60s, when the water hyacinths invaded the state of Florida, there was a great deal of spraying that went on to control them. And during that process, they killed a lot of the native vegetation that would typically occur here. And so by the 1970s, there was very little submerged vegetation in the lake.
Aside from the spraying of chemicals, another form of pollution plagued the lake.
Historically, Lake Monroe received direct sewage discharge from cities and industry.
In the early 90s, a restoration movement began throughout Florida.
Lake Monroe responded very well because it has a constant flow of water coming through it, so it was able to flush out all the excess nutrients fairly quickly.
With the pollution under control, the FWC began the process of restoring natural vegetation.
We come in and we plant desirable native vegetation. We use a species called eelgrass or tape grass that's under the water. And then we also planted giant bulrush, which is an emergent vegetation, which is one that sticks up above the water surface. We planted a very large amount of the shoreline, and it was actually quite successful.
In addition to planting new vegetation, measures have been taken to ensure history doesn't repeat itself.
Stormwater has also been controlled and treated before it reaches the lake, and water quality has improved considerably in the last 20 years. And with the improvement in water quality, we have seen an increase in the number of aquatic plants and also in the fish and wildlife utilizing the system.
By taking measures to stop the cause of the problem and restore the lake to its original condition, the FWC has ensured that Lake Monroe will be a popular fishing spot for years to come.